Hello, I'm Megan Thornton, and I'm going to talk about the APERS tool that I completed during my observations at an elementary school in Alameda. And so I'm just going to go through the different pages and areas. So, social competence, um, I considered this an okay area. It wasn't a super strong area, but it wasn't super weak. In terms of materials and activities that encourage communication. They do social skills groups and they do small group work and instruction, but the actual work the students are doing is individual work. It's not group work. They're just receiving their instruction in small group setting. So this was okay. There were materials and activities that support social interactions, but and I'd like to see that continue. I would like to see more opportunities for students with ASD to participate in extracurricular activities with support. So I was trying to think of what extracurricular activities there are at the elementary school. They definitely attend PE and music and media center. So the different non-core classes they do go to. I don't know if those would be extracurricular activities, but so they're definitely integrated into or included into the general education programs. But I didn't think that they did a lot of group work together. The students with ASD that I observed. In terms of systematic explicit instruction, that was another area that I thought was okay. So I didn't observe team members conducting regular systematic explicit instruction to promote social skills. So I saw some social skills training, some social stories, but I didn't see a whole lot of super explicit instruction in that area. And in terms of peer social networks, they were definitely informal. There's Lunch Bunch, which I've talked about before in my videos and papers, and I think that's a great program, and I'm really happy they have it. But they're really not formal peer social networks as part of the school's core curriculum. So I think that that could really be improved, and I'd like to see more of that. In the area of personal independence and competence, I thought this was another okay area. I observed at least two strategies used to promote students' personal independence, such as the students have baskets where they have work and they can go to their basket and get their work and work on projects. But I didn't see three or more, and I didn't. I thought that this classroom I observed could do better. And at least two strategies are used to promote self-management skills. So definitely the students do, or the teachers and the paraprofessionals do well with labeling behaviors, helping the students evaluate their performance. But at least the student M that I have been observing, he definitely does not keep track of his own assignments or his own grades. He has a lot of support with that from the team members. Let's see. In the area of functional behavior, this was an area that I think that this school does really well. So when interfering behaviors occur, team members conduct an FBA in collaboration with family members. That was a really strong area. And I have talked with the special ed teacher about functional behavior assessments, and that's a really strong area for them. They definitely do them when they need to be done. They use them. They use the information they learn, and they really work hard to help students improve their behavior in a really systematic way. Team members develop a comprehensive intervention plan in collaboration with family. It includes assessment of current skills and any interfering behaviors. That was also another really strong focus of this classroom that I observed. They really work on behavior is a big issue for a lot of the students in this program, and so in terms of this area of the APERS, I was really happy with what I saw. In terms of focusing on the behavior, naming the behavior, trying to find the reasons, the antecedents for the behavior, trying to figure out what consequences are supporting the behavior that is undesirable and what consequences can be put in place to help encourage more positive behaviors. And family involvement. I thought this one was pretty good. So the key team member has a system for regular communication that's individualized. Each family is consistently used. So the teacher, she does a great job of really communicating with families, making sure they know how their children are doing, and making sure that the teacher and paraprofessionals have as much information as possible from the parents to help make them better instructors for the students. So I really liked seeing that positive relationship and communication. Key team members provide some information that's important to all families. So I did notice that in terms of individualized communication, the teacher does a great job. In terms of systematic dissemination of information, I did not see very much of that. I thought that could be better. So for the real strength area, it says team members provide information that's important and individualized for families. Information provided to families by team members contain few technical terms. I think they do a good job of avoiding jargon, but I don't think that they provide all the information all the time to all families as best they could. I think the school has has some really good tools for communicating with families about upcoming events with email and text message and Wednesday envelopes that go home, but I didn't see the special ed teacher communicating in a regular, systematic way. It was definitely more individualized and kind of as needed. And the final page was in teaming, and I've talked about some of this before in other assignments for this class, or maybe it was previous classes, but this is a real strength for the program that I've been observing. So systems are definitely in place for making decisions at team meetings. Team members really work hard to implement all the actions determined by the team. So I am happy that that's going the way it is. I think that should definitely continue. The next section, a key team member is assigned and has an ongoing collaborative relationship with all team members. So there's a weekly meeting. It's called team meeting / behavioral training, and that happens every week where key team members, including the special ed teacher who runs the ASD program, they get together and they talk about they talk about issues that are happening that week and staying in strong communication and strong touch, but they also do some behavior training to make sure that everybody understands what they should be doing, working with specific behaviors and making sure that everybody is on the same page. And the last one was paraprofessionals have had formal training related to ASD, and they have. So I talked to the special education teacher and she said that all the paraprofessionals do have ASD training. So I have noticed in my observations that some paraprofessionals seem to do a better job than others, which I think that's what you see everywhere you go with any group of people. But I was glad to hear that they do have formal training in that area, since this program really focuses on students with ASD. So overall, I really like the program that I have been observing. It's called the EASY program, and I'm blanking on what that stands for right now, but I think it's elementary autism specialized inclusion, but I could be wrong about that. So anyway, I think they work hard. I think that they do a nice job, and I think that they have really positive interactions with students most of the time and positive interactions with parents. And there are some more structural kind of big picture things that could be put in place, which would be great. But I think they're doing a great job in a lot of ways, as I stated, especially with the team and the behavior.